शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये आदित्याय सोमाय मंगलाय बुधाय च गुरुशुक्रशनिभ्यश्च राहवे केतवे नमः। न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुः परमदैवतं गुरोः परतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। भास्करेन्दु कुजाज्ञार्य शुक्रमन्दाहि केतवं रक्षन्तेन ग्रहाः सर्वे सर्वलग्न समुद्भवम्। Very happy to welcome you all for day 4 class. Hope you all would have gone through the story video which I have sent you previously. It is very essential for us to understand the background of planets, to understand the nature and characteristics and how they will perform certain things, how they will react. All these things will be able to deduce only by knowing their story. The background of planets is very important in that particular aspect. We saw up to Navamsha Chakra and we touched upon Dasha Bhukti, where we are going to start today's class. Hope everybody is clear about the following concepts. Rashi Chakra, you know. Lagna Nirnaya, you know. Navamsha Chakra, you know. From Rashi and Navamsha, how to find a star or a planet, in which star pada the planet is positioned in. That also you know. Based on this assumption, I am proceeding for the next part of this class. Opening the whiteboard. Hope everybody is able to see. So now we will talk about Dasha Bhukti. The word Dasha is basically direction. Or see, the Tamil Disai apdi nama solradhu vandu vera. The Sanskrit Dasha is basically something that touches you or something that guides you or something like that. Dish is the root word. That is where we get Deshika. Guru is also called as Deshika, Margadarshi. This is the root word. So Dasha is basically direction or which guides you, which changes your life. That is called as Dasha. Bhukti is something what you go through. What you go through is basically is called as Bhukti. Or what we are entitled to. We can also say what we are entitled. It's called as Bhukti. So this Dasha Bhukti plays a vital role in everybody's horoscope to understand what they are going through. Everybody's life consists of up and down. They will be in a peak for some time. They will go low for some time. Again, they will catch up. They will come up. This will happen simultaneously like a sinusoidal wave, like a sine curve. How to understand when am I going up, when am I going to come down, how to time the events is what we are going to see. I hope you also remember different houses and what those houses represent, like Lagna Bhava, what it represents, second house, what it represents. I hope that is also clear for everyone. That is very vital information which we are going to revisit today. And house lords, especially the lordship of houses. Mesham and Vrishchikam belongs to Mars. Rishabam Tulam belongs to Shukra. Mithuna Kanya belongs to Mercury. Dhanuhu and Meenam belongs to Jupiter. Makara Kumbham belongs to Shani. Simham belongs to Sun and Katakam belongs to Moon. Hope you all remember this also. And 27 stars need not say, that is very essential. So today we are going to see about this Dasha Bhukti. Moon is in certain latitude, or you can say in certain degree, or in some place in sky when you are born. Why are we taking Moon? Because the fastest moving planet of all 9 planets is Moon. Not only that, Moon is also Manokaraka. I will not know my identity if it is not for my mind. My mind says me, I am Subramanian. I am an astrologer. I am running Swatantram company. I am taking this class. People are listening to me. Who says this to me is my mind. So if I go to deep sleep, I'll not be aware of anything. I'll not be even aware that I am a male. Even I'll not be aware that I am running so and so company. I'm even existing. I'll not be even aware of my existence in my deep sleep because my mind goes off. My mind switch is switched off when I'm in deep sleep. So whatever is this worldly things, whatever you go through in this world, whatever you feel in this world is basically because of moon or Manokaraka. That is why moon is considered here for understanding the timing of events, or the Dasha Bhukti part, what we are going to call. Moon is being considered. Every planet has a Dasha year. Out of 120 total number of 120 years, we have already seen the classification, how it is being classified across the planets that we have gone through already. Hope that is clear for everyone. So based on the total span of a star, that is 13 degree 20 minutes. I hope you all remember that brief arithmetic class which we had during our day 2, I think. So every star has a span of 13 degrees 20 minutes. Based on the calculation how much the moon has moved, we will be seeing how much dasha is balanced, how much dasha years are balanced. I'll give you an example. For an instance, a child is born when moon is in 5 degrees of Aries. So first star in Aries, that is 0 degree to 13 degree 20 minutes, is Moola Nakshatra. Ashwini Nakshatra. So in this Ashwini Nakshatra, the child is born when the moon is traveling exactly at 5 degrees. So how much is left for the moon to cover to finish Ashwini Nakshatra? So it is going to be 8 degree 20 minutes. For 13 degree 20 minutes, it is 7 years of Ketu Dasha. 7 years is total Ketu Dasha period for 13 degree 20 minutes. Now it has only balance of 8 degrees and 20 minutes. So you have to just calculate how much of Ketu Dasha is left. From there, you will be adding the other Dasha Bhukti periods and you will be going so on and so forth. I will just carry out this particular example for you. A person is born when moon is in 5 degrees of Aries. 0 to 13 degree 20 minutes is Ashwini, that we all know. So 5 degrees, when I say 5 degrees, 8 degree 20 minutes is left of Ashwini. 13 degree 20 minutes, which you can also now convert into totally minutes so that it will be easy calculation for you. 1 degree is 60 minutes. So it is totally 800 minutes. 780 plus 20. 780 plus 20 is 800 minutes. Is 7 years time. How much is left? 8 degree 20 minutes is left. What is 8 degree 20 minutes? 8 into 60 gives you 480. So total 500 minutes left. You have to just do the cross multiplication and find out, which is 7 into 500 divided by 800, which gives you an answer of 4.375. So leave 0.375. This 4 is considered as years. Now this 0.375 should be multiplied with 12 to find out number of months, which is the answer is 4.5. So 4 years, 4 months. This 0.5 should be again multiplied with, the residual should be multiplied with 30 to identify the number of days. So 4 years, 4 months, and 15 days is Dasha balance. This is called as Dasha balance. If you don't understand this arithmetics, very simple, forget the whole arithmetics. Now you have software in your hands, you have app, you can just see the Dasha Bhukti, what a person is running. It is my duty to give you the background of this calculation. It is very, very simple calculation. You can easily understand if you go through the same video again. So otherwise also, the app will show you what Dasha Bhukti this particular person is running. Okay. Now the calculation part is over. Now we will come to the result part, result analysis part. How Dasha will affect a person, how Bhukti will affect a person. Last class, we were having a conversation. Like if in this place, this planet is there, then these results will happen. For example, when Saturn in second house, Venkata Subramanian sir told that family life, there will be some problems. He will not have a family, or there is delay in family. He will bring delay, disappointments in second house related matters. The result is very clear. But when that person is going to go through that result, we should also give the information to the client, which is very, very vital. When can they expect this to happen in their lifetime, which is very essential. If you remember our previous classes, I have taught you 3 important questions to be answered for any client. Yes or no, when, how. Yes or no is told by the Rashi Chakra itself. Yes or no, you can find out with Rashi and Navamsha Chakra whether it is destined in that person's horoscope or not. Then comes when. To time any event, the timing of event is very, very essential. You need Dasha Bhukti. In which period am I going to go through these results? In which period am I going to get these things done? For this, you definitely require Dasha Bhukti. Then how is from the characteristics of planets. How is from characteristics of planets. I'll give you an example here. One person is looking for job opportunity. One person is looking for job opportunity. If Jupiter is giving a job, he will give job in a very big organization. Jupiter is magnanimous. I hope you remember the keywords from the planets from last video you have seen. Jupiter is magnanimous, very big things. Management is Jupiter. So he'll be giving job in very big organization if Jupiter is going to give. If Mars is going to give, he is going to give very quickly, very hastily, and it will be a vacancy that is created out of some accident or some death, something like that. Some person who was there previously would have gone because of an accident, and you will be sitting in his place and working. If Mars is going to give you a job, it will be very quick job. If Mercury is going to give, it will be 2 roles, dual roles, or 2 people doing same job. It is like secretary, additional secretary, president, assistant vice president, kind of, you know, it will be vice president, assistant vice president, kind of dual thing, because that is the keyword for Mercury. 2 things will be there. If it is going to be Saturn, because of retirement, because of age, because Saturn denotes longevity, or because that person has passed away naturally, then you are getting that job of that particular person. That is because of Saturn. So the characteristics of these planets, the keywords of these planets will play a major role in how part. How are you going to get it? How are you going to achieve that particular thing? It matters most. That is why we need to understand Rashi Chakra, Navamsha Chakra, Dasha Bhukti. All these 3 things constitute 3 dimensions of your horoscope. And this is what we are going to talk throughout from today. So if you have any doubt in previous concepts that are covered, please clarify them now, because it is very essential for you to clarify those doubts so that we can move forward. We will have next 15 minutes for doubt clarification. you raise your hand, I'll give you an opportunity to clarify your doubt. Else you can proceed with the class. Yeah. Rashi, Navamsha, Nakshatra, any doubt? Or Dasha Bhukti calculation you want to understand? You can raise your hand if you have any doubts. Okay, so I'll proceed with the class then. See, when a person gives you date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth, with the help of Drik Panchang app, you are able to generate a horoscope. Please open the app. As I say, please open the app. I'll give 10 seconds time after each instruction. Open Drik Panchang app. Open Kundali. You can key in the data you have, whether it is your horoscope, another person's horoscope, any data you have, please key in the data. If you have already saved, go to other Kundali and open the saved horoscope. On screen, you will see the Lagna chart. We are all aware of it. You can recheck the date, time, and place on the top banner. You can see Lagna chart. If you just swipe left, you will see Navamsha chart. Lagna and Navamsha chart are very much available. If you go to the bottom right hand corner, you will see 3 lines. When you click them, you can click on Dasha. There is one button called as Dasha. When you click that, you can see a person running logo. A person will be running, meaning running Dasha Bhukti. What you are currently running, that is denoted by that running person. If you click that running person, then the Bhukti chart will open. There again, you will see a running person. We are going to talk only about Dasha Bhukti today. So you can note down the Dasha and Bhukti. These 2 things you can note down for that particular horoscope. Do you have any doubt till this point? You can text and say no. If you don't have any doubts, you can chat and say no, so that I'll be sure to proceed. In chat box, please say no if you have no doubts. If you have doubts, please raise your hand. Arun Kumar ji, Saura 365 days should be used. Yes, Venkata Subramanian sir, please ask.
So that Dasha and Bhukti, I'm using iPhone. I'm not able to locate. That is where I'm.
In iPhone, I'm also using iPhone only. The right bottom, if you see the you are inside the Kundali chart.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yep.
You see a round red color button having 3 white lines.
Yeah, yep. Okay, yep.
Click,
Okay,
click,
Dasha. Yep.
click. Yes.
Okay, yep. Got it. Yep. Okay, thanks.
Yes, Aarti ma, please tell.
சார் த்ரிக் பஞ்சாங்கத்துல தான் நீங்க சொல்றீங்களா?
ஆமா, த்ரிக் பஞ்சாங் தான்.
அதுல தசா புக்தி எங்க இருக்கு?
Right hand bottom corner.
ஓகே ஓகே.
There is a button.
ஓகே ஓகே. இது நான் ஆண்ட்ராய்ட்ல இருக்கேன். நான் இங்க இருந்து எடுத்துட்டேன்.
ஓகே.
Thank you.
So I hope everybody is clear with Dasha Bhukti, how to find Dasha Bhukti. So now we will start to work on a horoscope. You simultaneously work with your example. I will give you an example over here also. I will open a horoscope, that is always better to show. Another software which we use other than Drik Panchang is RVA software. You just type RVA on Google, you will be getting Rahasya Vedic Astrology. It's a Hyderabad based software. It's a free software. Everybody can use that. I will open that website also and show it to you so that it is easy for you. I'll share my screen shortly. I hope everybody is able to see my screen. Kindly say in chat yes. Okay. So now here I am giving a name. I am typing my name. I am giving my date of birth. I am giving my time of birth. Here I am choosing my place of birth. Ainamsha, you have to use Lahiri Ainamsha that I have told you already. You will get charts like this. You will get 3 charts like this. Please note down the website name here, which you can see Rahasya Vedic Astrology, or put just RVA software on Google. You will find this link. Here all work is done for you. You need not break even single drop of sweat. This D9 chart is called as Navamsha chart. This is your Rashi chart. You forget about, as of now, the Roman numbers, degrees of the planets, forget all those things. You just concentrate on D9 chart and only this first particular chart, this particular chart. I'll just mark and show it to you if you want. This particular chart alone, you have to see only this chart. This is called as Rashi chart. The Lagna chart, what they have put here, that is the only thing that you should be concerned about. Second thing what you should be concerned about is the D9 chart. Bottom of the page you will get a D9 chart. Unable to go for the yeah. So this D9 chart is second thing which you should be knowing about. Fine. You need not even go all the way down because here the star padas are directly given. Sun is in Kritika third pada, Moon is in Anuradha third pada, Mars is in Ardra fourth pada, Mercury is in Rohini first pada, Jupiter is in Rohini fourth pada, Venus in Rohini third, Saturn in Purvashada 2, Rahu in Dhanishta 4, Ketu in Magha 2. We exclude Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. Don't worry about them. This is the Dasha Bhukti, what I was telling you. So here we are now running 2021. So I am clicking Venus Dasha. The second thing is called as Bhukti. Inside Venus Dasha, I am now running Venus Bhukti. The third part is called as Antara. Dasha, Bhukti, Antara. I am now running Mercury Antara. The fourth subdivision is called as Sukshma. So now I am running Moon Sukshma. Today is 21st of November, correct? Moon Sukshma. And this is called as Deha. Sukshma, then you have Deha. But Dasha Bhukti is enough for you for today's class. So I am running Venus Dasha, Venus Bhukti, or at least Mercury Antara. Till Mercury Antara you understand. Dasha Bhukti and Antara. There are 3 classifications for timing and event. Usually you know about Dasha. I will stop sharing this. I'll open the whiteboard. Dasha will run for years. Bhukti again will run for years. Antara will be running for months. So which month it is going to happen? For example, it will be 6 years to 20 years. It will be varying. This will be varying from 3 months to 3 years. This will be varying. This also will vary from months, minimum of a month to even up to 1 year. It can also up to go up to 1 year. So all these 3 things are very, very important. This varies from 6 years to 20 years. Hope you understand how it is being distributed. Surya Dasha is only 6 years total. Shukra Dasha is 20 years in total. Okay. You can also calculate the Dasha Bhukti time. I am just teaching you that small arithmetic. Dasha Lord years multiplied by Bhukti Lord years. For example, Sun Dasha Sun Bhukti. Somebody wants to know how much time it is running. Dasha Lord 6 years. Bhukti Lord also 6 years, which is 36. We have to take the last digit away. Last digit away. So 3 months. The last digit should be multiplied with 3. That much amount of days. So 3 months and 18 days is Sun Dasha, Sun Bhukti. This is how we find Dasha Bhukti. Another example I'll work out. Venus Dasha, Venus Bhukti is 20 into 20, which is 400. Last is removed. So 40 months is the answer. You can convert months into years. That is 3 years and 4 months. This is Shukra Dasha, Shukra Bhukti. This is how you find Dasha Bhukti. Yes, Bhukti Antara, I will explain. First, if you are clear with Dasha Bhukti, then we can move to Bhukti Antara also. The Ayanamsha matters. Arun Kumarji, for your question, the Ayanamsha matters. No. Kritika madam, what you are asking is not right. That is not right understanding of Dasha Bhukti and Antara. No. So Sun Dasha, Sun Bhukti will be running only for 3 months and 18 days. Very easy thing to remember is in which Dasha, which Bhukti should be calculated. For example, person is running Rahu Dasha and he is running Moon Bhukti. What is the formula? Rahu number is 18 years, Moon number is 10 years. So 180. Remove the last digit 0, multiply with 3, 0. So 18 months is the answer. What is 18 months? 1.5 years. What is beauty in calculating this is multiplication is commutative. So Moon Dasha Rahu Bhukti will also be 18 months only. Moon Dasha Rahu Bhukti will also be 18 months. Likewise, any Dasha Bhukti will remain same for, even if you are going to change the Dasha Bhukti, the amount of time will remain the same because of the commutative property of multiplication. A into B is equal to B into A. Right, we'll get back to the example. Venkatesh, yes, ask your doubt.
இல்ல இங்க 6 years 20 years இது போட்டிருக்கு இல்லையா 6 years to 20 years அப்படி இருக்கும்போது நம்ம இங்க 18 months போடுறோம். ஐ மீன் இயர்ஸ்ல மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணிட்டு திருப்பி அதை மந்த்ஸா போடுறோமே எதனால? இப்போ சன் நீ காமிச்ச இல்லையா?
ஆமா.
6 போட்டுறணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் 3 months 18 அது எப்படி அரைவ் ஆச்சு? கொஞ்சம் டவுட்டா இருக்கு.
6 Dasha Lord is Sun. What is the number of years for Sun? 6.
Okay.
Bhukti Lord is also Sun. Same 6. So 6 into 6 is 36. Okay. Remove the last digit and multiply it with 3.
அதான் அந்த கால்குலேஷன் புரிஞ்சது. அது கடைசில 3 months னா அரைவ் ஆகுதே, அதான் கேக்குறேன்.
that is the format.
Okay. Oh, yearsல வைக்கவே கூடாது.
yearsல வராது. No, yearsல வராது. That will come only in months.
Okay.
When you calculate all Bhuktis in Sun Dasha, you will arrive exactly 6 years. Now Sun Dasha, see, every Dasha will start with its own Bhukti. Sun Dasha will start with Sun Bhukti. Moon Dasha will start with Moon Bhukti. Mars Dasha will start with Mars Bhukti. Rahu Dasha will start with Rahu Bhukti. Jupiter Dasha will start with Jupiter Bhukti. Likewise, every Antara will start from Bhukti Antara only. Example, I am running Venus Dasha, Surya Bhukti. Then the first Antara will be Surya Antara only.
Okay.
Are you getting my point?
புரியுது. எல்லாமே ஒரே இதுவா தான் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும்.
Exactly. I'll show you. I'll share screen and I'll show you this.
இன்னொரு விஷயம், அந்த திக்பஞ்சாங் ஆக்ட்ல வந்து கேக்குறதா? ஹலோ.
One second. Are you able to see Venus Dasha, Venus Bhukti here?
ஆமா.
Venus Dasha, Venus Bhukti. Now I am running Mercury Antara. Mercury Antara will start with Mercury Sukshma.
Okay. அதே பிளானட்ல தான் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும்.
Yes. Venus Dasha will start with Venus Bhukti. Venus Bhukti will start with Venus Antara da.
Okay.
As the Antara changes, then the Sukshma changes.
Okay.
Then the Bhukti changes, then the Dasha changes.
ஓகே.
So,
திக்பாஞ்சாங் டேக்ல ஒரே நிமிஷம் சாரி, அந்த மகாதசான்னு ஒண்ணு இருக்கு. அதுல சனின்னு இருக்கு, அதுக்கப்புறம் அது அந்த ரன் ஆகுற மாதிரி ஒரு பிக்சர் இருக்கு.
correct.
டச் பண்ணா உள்ள அந்தரா தான் டைரக்டா வருது, புக்தி வர
Antardasha. No. That is what that terminology I'll teach you. Mahadasha is dasha.
ஓகே
In Hindi, Antardasha is bhukti.
ஓகே ஓகே, அதுதான் கேட்கும்.
In Hindi terminology, Antardasha is bhukti.
ஓகே ஓகே.
But in Tamil terminology, we have dasha, bhukti, antara, sukshma, deha, prana.
ஓகே ஓகே, thank you.
Okay, fine. Yes. So this is how the dasha bhukti will be running. How are we going to find this dasha bhukti? As I told you, the placement of moon at the time of your birth. For example, I am born in Anuradha Nakshatra. You can see here my moon is in Anuradha third pada. Anuradha belongs to Saturn dasha. So I will be running Saturn dasha first. Wherever my moon is, I'll be starting my dasha there. So I'll be running Saturn dasha, whatever the balance is. Then once the Saturn dasha gets over, I'll be running Mercury dasha, because the sequence will not change. What is the sequence? Ketu, Venus, Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury. This is the sequence. How the stars are arranged: Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigashira, Ardra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Ashlesha. This same thing will be keep on repeating. So the sequence will also be in the same manner. So I'll be starting with Saturn dasha. Once Saturn dasha over, then I'll start Mercury dasha 17 years. Then I'll run Ketu dasha 7 years. Then I'll run Shukra dasha for 20 years. Then Sun dasha for 6 years. Then Moon dasha for 10 years. Then Mars dasha. This is how I will be running my dasha bhukti. For a person who is born in Ardra star, what will be the first dasha? Can anyone say? Use chat box and say what will be the first dasha for a person who is born in Ardra star, Tiruvadirai Nakshatra. Very good. Rahu dasha. Very good. So hope you understood how the dasha is starting for a person. For a person who is born in Kritika Nakshatra, what will be their first dasha? Kritika Nakshatra. If a person is born in Kritika Nakshatra, Sun dasha will be the first. Correct. Radhika madam, where it is mentioned before our birth time in the below chart? Okay. We are asking for dasha bhukti. Now, see, the balance dasha you are able to understand and calculate, but the software cannot understand the balance dasha concept. So it will be giving for full 19 years of Saturn dasha. The date of ending of your Saturn dasha, it will take full 19 years. It is because of software convenience. I hope that is yes, you're clear. The person who is born in Shravana Nakshatra, what will be the first dasha? Shravana Nakshatra born child, Tiruvonam, Chandra dasha. Very good. Everybody is clear with Chandra dasha? You understood why Chandra dasha will be first for them? What will be the next dasha to Chandra dasha? What will follow Chandra dasha? What will be the sequence? Mars. Very good. Chevai. Correct. Padam is important. That is how you will find how much time is left. For example, I am born in Anuradha third pada, Anusham third pada. My Saturn dasha balance was only 5 years. I was born in 1989, and my bhukti dasha got over in 1995. 5 years and so much only it was left in my Saturn dasha. So this padam plays a vital role in deciding how much amount of time left in that particular dasha in which you are born in. This is very, very important. Pada changes, will the dasha change? Yes, definitely the dasha will change. For example, Saturn, I'll take Venus dasha for that matter. Now, this is very, very important for you to understand. I was born in Anuradha Nakshatra. I was born in Anuradha Nakshatra and my Saturn Dasha is running till 6th of January 1995. Anuradha Nakshatra belongs to Saturn. That is why I am running Saturn Dasha. Please get this very, very clear in your mind. That is how you are answering my questions so far. Because Anuradha belongs to Saturn, I am running Saturn Dasha. What do you mean the Saturn Dasha gets over 6th of January 1995? My Saturn Dasha gets over and my Mercury Dasha starts. What is the logic here? Moon is moving. Moon is moving. Moon is moving into next star. What is next star? Jeshta. That is why I am running Mercury Dasha from 6th of January 1995 to 6th of January 2012. Are you clear with this concept? Why am I running Mercury Dasha after Saturn Dasha? How many of you understood this concept? Because it's very, very important. I will repeat again. See, I was born in Anuradha Nakshatra, 3rd Pada. When everybody says my Saturn Dasha is over, how my Mercury Dasha is starting? Because my moon enters into Jeshta Nakshatra. Go to your Rashi Chakra and see, you would have written Vishakam 4th Padam, Anuradha and Jeshta. Because my moon is entering into Jeshta, I am running Mercury Dasha because Jeshta belongs to Mercury. How am I running Ketu Dasha? My moon moves toward the Mula Nakshatra. That is how I am running Ketu Dasha. How am I running Shukra Dasha? Moon moves to Purvashada Nakshatra. That is how I am running Venus Dasha. Anybody have any doubt in this particular concept? Please ask now. It's very important understanding. We will be using this progressive moon in many cases. Okay, I'll repeat once again. When I am born in Anuradha Nakshatra, and that is running for 5 years or so, according to the calculation what we did, based on the degree minutes of moon. I hope everybody is clear till that point. Balance of Saturn Dasha is calculated to be 5 years, so and so. Then what happens? My Mercury Dasha starts. How Mercury Dasha starts? By all logic, because my moon has left Anuradha Nakshatra completely and it has entered inside Jeshta Nakshatra. Because Jeshta belongs to Mercury. Then my Buddha Dasha also got over. My Ketu Dasha started. By what logic? Because my moon now moved into Mula Nakshatra. Dhanur Rashi Mula Nakshatra. That is how I am running Ketu Dasha. How am I running Shukra Dasha? My moon has moved into Purvashada Nakshatra. That is how I am running Shukra Dasha. What will happen for me when I am running my Surya Dasha? My moon will move to Uttarashada Nakshatra. So after 1.5 years of commencement of my Sun Dasha, my moon will move into Capricorn Rashi. That is how we call as progressive moon. Moon will always move. Moon in your horoscope will always move. That is how you are growing. When you were born, you were of only a palm size. Today you are 5 feet some inches or 6 feet some inches. Then again your height will reduce as you age. You will start to bend. Your height reduces and then you finally go away. It is because of moon going into different boxes. It can travel up to maximum only 4 boxes. If I am born in Scorpio, my moon can go up to Aquarius. The 120 years will get completed by that time. So moon can travel up to only 4 boxes. Are we clear with this concept? Lagna is same. Yes, Lagna will not change. Star sequence should be in memory. Absolutely right. Yes, Hari Krishnan, sir, I'll unmute you. Sir, if you raise your hand, it will be easy for me to locate you. I'm not able to locate you. Hari Krishnan, sir. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
So how you are saying I'm moving from this star to that star? I mean,
how your dasha is changing. How your dasha is changing. See, there should be a logic. Why you start? What is your nakshatra?
Pusa Nakshatra.
Pushya Nakshatra. So you are
Yeah.
born, you are born with Saturn Dasha.
Saturn, correct.
When your Saturn Dasha gets over, how is your Mercury Dasha starting? You say your
Okay.
Mercury Dasha started. You are
Yeah,
saying
started.
after my Saturn Dasha, Mercury Dasha started. How it started?
Yeah, after complete.
How it started?
Yeah, that is my question. After completing the Saturn Dasa, it has to start a Mercury Dasa. That is a logic.
See, Saturn, that is the logic. But why? Why? I'm answering why. Because your moon is moving into Ashlesha. That is why you are running Mercury Dasha.
Okay, how we are saying it is moving to Australasia? I mean, okay, what is the Australasia if you mean?
What? Ailium. What is
Ailium,
Pus?
okay, how we are saying? Pusam
See,
is
your
okay. Oh,
Pusathu
that
Ailium
order.
dane.
Okay,
Yes.
Anusha mixed Ketai. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay, now I got it, sir. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Thank
So if you are running Shukra Dasha now, Hari Krishnan sir,
Yes, correct.
your
correct.
moon is in Pura Nakshatram.
Pura Nakshatram.
See, I am also running Shukra Dasha, but my moon is in Puradam, but your moon in Puram. When you were born, you were Kadaga Rasi, but your progressive moon has now come inside Simha Rasi.
Yeah, so I have to see Simha Rasi benefits only.
Yes,
Not
not
Kadaga
only benefits. No, don't confuse this with Rasi Palan. Rasi Palan is not at all a concept. We don't encourage Rasi Palan. Rasi Palan is not the right way to look at a horoscope. We will be seeing how to look at a horoscope. Okay. Now you have to understand this progressive moon has moved inside Simha Rasi. See, there will be a sharp change in your life. See, for how many years your Saturn Dasha was balanced?
Then I born, it was 9 years.
9 years. So 9 years plus 17 years is 26.
Correct.
So from 26, you would have seen 180-degree changes in your circumstances. At the age of 26, when it is entering inside Simha Rashi, moon entering inside Simha Rashi, you would have seen 180-degree changes in your circumstances. Why were you able to see 180 degrees changes in your circumstances at the age of 26? Because your moon entered into Leo.
Leo, okay. From
that is how you started your Ketu Dasha.
Okay.
That is how you started your Ketu Dasha.
Ketu
Clear?
Dasha. Okay, yeah, I got it now.
Yes, very good. So the sequence is very important. The sequence of star is how the moon will move. Clear? Yes. So anybody is having any doubt in the same concept, you can ask now, because this is what we are going to build upon.
Next I will move to the Uttaram, correct? After this 4 months, my Shukra Dasha is completed. When I move to Suryan.
Yes, but only Uttaram first padam is in Simha Rasi. So Sun is having total 6 years, correct?
Correct. We have to divide
6
that.
divided by 4, 1.5 years. So 1.5 years of Sun Dasha, you will be in Simha Rasi. Then you will be moving to Kanya Rasi.
Kanya Rasi.
Very good. Now it is clear for you. Now it is clear for you.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So this is how the concept of Dasha, Bhukti, Antaram works. It is very, very important for us to understand how Dasha, Bhukti, Antaram works. So now we will be looking at various results for the planetary positions or Dasha, Bhukti running. First, we will be asking everyone about how much they have understood for zodiac signs and houses. We will start asking that and stopping to share. Venkata Subramanian sir, can you unmute please?
Yep.
Yes sir. So you remember what we discussed about various houses? First house stands for this, second house stands for this. Can you tell us that, sir? You can see and also tell, not a problem.
First house is Lagna home. The second one is a family.
No. Lagna stands for what? That is what you are asking. Like we said, health, wealth, stay at foreign place. We said lots of things. You remember?
I can't remember that, but I have noted whatever it is there on the Lagna.
Anybody is having that with you, that PDF by any chance? You can raise your hand. Anybody is having that PDF with you? 12 houses, 9 planets. Sir, I am sending you on WhatsApp, sir. Can you see?
Yeah, you can tell me. I'm ready there.
I have sent you on WhatsApp.
Yep.
You have to just read, sir. That's all. You have to just read the first 12, open 12 houses PDF.
Hmm.
You have to read the first para alone. The second para I'll be explaining later. Just first para.
Yeah, okay.
Ah.
Got it. Opening.
Can you just read it aloud, sir?
So first house or the first bhava is basically for the ascendant or the lagna.
Hmm.
It is referred as Tanur or Tanur Bhava in Vedic
Ah.
astrology, which literally
Yes.
means the house of the body.
Tanu is body. Tanu, the Sanskrit word Tanu is body. Correct, sir.
It signifies as the birth, beginning of life, personality, personal futures, looks, body character, temperament, self-conscious, constitution, and individuality in general.
Correct.
The ascendant is always important factor in the matter of health. It indicates the person's vitality or vigor, his natural disposition and tendencies, and struggle for life. His success or failure in atoms, his fortune or misfortune, etc. That is what it discusses. It is a main factor in determining our orientation to life as a whole. Hence, it is of supreme importance.
Okay. Can you do for second house also, sir? Next, I will tell some
second
other
house,
person to read. Yeah.
Yep. The second
Kritika,
house
ma'am,
is
I am
basically
sending you also the PDF. Yeah. Yes, sir. Continue,
the
please.
second house is basically for the person's finances, material resource, attitude and ability for earning money, family, speech, and self-worth. Okay, it also denotes the house of money. It also denotes financial circumstances, fortune, profit, or loss, and financial prosperity of the person.
Correct.
This house shows what the person acquires by individual efforts and the degree of prosperity, which he will enjoy with all possessions of eccentric values, value bonds, stock, cash, and bank balances, etc.
Please understand here, because of only the word stocks, second house do not denote stocks. What you have to read here is which he will enjoy with the all possessions. So that is what matters here. Speculation is basically fifth house. Share market is fifth house. Possession of bonds is second house. Are we clear in this point?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It relates to earning capacity, one's ability to prove for self in life.
Provide for self in life. Correct.
Yeah. Its ability to provide for self in life. Yeah. It does not indicate career, but indicate financial success.
Correct.
In short, all that is acquired come under the purview of this house. This is not limited to what one owns in terms of tangible things, but also one's feelings and emotions, as well as our inner selves. Abilities, needs, and wants, in short, are self-worth. This house also deals with family. It includes all close relatives of the person without reference to any particular relationship.
Because I said family. We have said second house is Kutumbasthana or family. Yes.
It includes all close relatives of the person without any reference to particular relationship. The immediate family, family like grandfather, grandmother, mother, wife, children, brother, etc. That is what it. Another important influence of the second house is one's ability to express his thoughts, speech or voice.
It also represents
the vision or the power of observation.
Very good.
It is also one of the Maraka or death. Maraka, yeah. Maraka or death inflicting houses, other being the seventh house.
Very good. Kritika madam, can you unmute yourself and read third house?
Yes, sir.
Third and fourth house you read. I'll be on mute. You can read third and fourth house. You continue. Yeah.
Okay. Third house. The third house rules a person's communication and correspondence, short journeys, younger brother or sister, cousins and neighbors, courage, heroism, valor, thoughts, mental strength, inclination and ability, memory, and inherent propensities of the mind and intellect. The third house is the house of all types of communication, correspondence, and information exchange that a person is engaged in by talking, letters, fax, email, television, radio, news, media, phone, etc. It also governs short travel, inland journeys such as travel by cycle, bus, boat, rail, and short air travel. It governs younger siblings, all cousins, and even neighbors. It indicates the property of mind, its strength and weakness, thought power, mental interest and inclination, courage and valor. The third house also governs change of residence. Fourth house. The fourth house rules a person's house and home, mother, one's roots, domestic affairs, acquiring of tangible assets and property like land, building, mines, farms, and vehicles, happiness, learning, conditions at the end of the life, and the final resting place or the grave. The fourth house relates to one's home, residence, domestic environments, and general condition of a person in the later part of his life. This house is also called the grave or womb, thereby relating it to mother and all that it is concerned with hidden things such as private affairs and secrets. The fourth also shows one's landed or immovable property, including those which one takes on lease or rent, as well as those vehicles of one's own or enjoy others' vehicle. All permanent possessions such as fields, farms, mines, real estate, gardens, buildings, dwellings, antiquities are influenced by this house. This house has a bearing on education and qualifications of a person. In this respect, the fourth house may be taken to indicate school and college education.
Okay, super. Hari Krishnan sir, fifth house, can you read fifth and sixth? It is there in the group now, WhatsApp group. Hari Krishnan sir, you have not unmuted yourself.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay. It's in the WhatsApp group, correct?
Yes, I have sent you also separately.
Okay.
Please download from WhatsApp group. Next person, please be ready to read. Fifth and sixth house, sir.
Yeah, but I don't have a glass now. Okay, I will read reading little slow. Yeah, the fifth house rules a person, creativity and self-creation, self-expression, children, puru punya, or act done in the past life, romance, love, affairs, speculation, hobbies, favorite activities, games, and sports. The fifth house is the house of creativity and includes everything one creates, including the potency. It denotes whether one will have children or not. The fifth house signifies the conception of pregnancy. The fifth house presides over pressure and
pleasure. Over pleasure.
Okay, over pleasure. Okay. Like if I zoom again, I need to move near there. That's right. It deals with the taste and the artistic talents, the type of recreation, entertainment, sports, romance, similar interest similar interest that appeals to a person. It denotes by his house. It is connected with all material and physical pleasures like games, sports, cinema, operation. It's opera. Okay, opera, drama, music, dance, amusement of all sorts. The fifth house being what is it?
Train house, Trikona Rashi. I'll be explaining that in the second half today. Don't worry. Yeah. Train house.
Okay. Train house. Okay. Train house indicating Purva Punya shows what meritorious deeds one could have done in the previous birth. It is also concerned the speculative affairs and all matters of enterprise promoted by the desire nature. All games and chance like cards, crossword, puzzle, dice, overs, shares, lottery, gambling or betting come under the domain of fifth house. The native love affair, the degree of success or failure achieved in love affair, courtship and
licentiousness.
Licentious, okay. Licentious, the ligament sir,
Legitimate
what
and
is it?
illegitimate,
Illegitimate attractions prior to the wedlock or
or
marriage
after
or
marriage.
after marriage. Okay, after marriage, come under this house. It may be said to be present, represent the seat of the physical and magnetic attractions between opposite sex.
Okay.
The
Sixth
house
house.
refers to fifth. Okay. Sixth house rules a person health and sickness, diet, debt, labor, service, work, daily routine, co-work, maternal uncle, aunties, sin, wit, act, and fear. The sixth house indicates disease and sickness. The real estate of the disease, recover from it, and whether it is of a long or short duration. This is also related to the food, dietary habit, and daily routine, as most of ill health is often due to improper management of these. The sixth house is also connected often due to improper these. Sorry, sixth house is also connected with work and service rendered by the individual. It is also denotes his employee, subordinates, or servant, whether he is in the service of others or he has others as his employees. The condition of faithfulness of his inferiors is to be assented from this house. The sixth house is the house of debt or borrowing. This house also governs pet, animal, small cattle, domestic creatures, tenant, dress, hygienic, sanitation, dietetics, food, and clothing.
Very good.
The-
So, Pradeep sir, seventh house. Pradeep sir. Can you unmute, Pradeep sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Seventh house, seventh and eighth house.
One second.
Hope everybody has
Yeah.
downloaded and you are reading. Whenever the person is reading, you are reading through the PDF. I hope you are doing that. Yes, sir. Please do, sir.
Yeah,
Seventh house.
seventh house, it is called Kalatasthanam or Saddhamasthanam or Managashthanam. The seventh house rules a person's relationships and partnership, marriage, wife or husband, legal bondage, lawsuits, quarrels, divorce, open enemies. The seventh house rules any person with whom the one interacts, that is the other. It can be colleague, client, lawyer, doctor, or anyone, the opponents, basically. It also governs the niece and nephew. The seventh house is the house of union or earth ties. It mostly means the marriage. Besides the life partner, the partner in business and the degree of success achieved through such partner is also shown by this house. Seventh house also refers to all those with whom the native enters into any contract or agreement. Those with whom the native is engaged in quarrel and comes into conflict. The native's competitor in any undertaking, his rival in any contest. In a nutshell, the seventh house is said to indicate all those with whom the native transacts or deal in any manner. Finds, divorce, legal bondage, agreement, contract, etc. or other matters which are ruled by the seventh house. The seventh house
Divorce is actually ruled by sixth house. I will be explaining. Seventh house is marriage. Break of marriage is basically sixth house.
Okay.
So every 12th house will negate the previous house results. Seventh house, the 12th house to the seventh house is 6, correct?
Yeah,
From
correct.
you 7, if you are going to
All.
count 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 will come at sixth house.
Sixth house, right.
So every 12th house will negate the previous house.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
The
Yeah.
seventh
So
house
divorce is basically sixth house.
Yeah. The seventh house shows break of journey. It is also one of the Maraga or death inflicting houses, the other being the second house.
Correct,
For common
correct.
signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, the seventh house is also the
Badakasthanam.
Badak or life observing house.
Have I told Badakasthanam previously, sir? You have written Charam, Stiram, Ubayam, separate Badakasthanam have we discussed in detail.
Yes.
Charam, I have told 11th house. Stiram, I have told 9th house. For
And this is
Ubayam, it
third
is 7th house.
Left.
7.
Seventh house, right.
Ubayam is called as common house. Yes.
Correct. The house
See,
refers to the
no, the now 8th house, sir. Second paragraph,
Eighth
you
house.
read it later. Yeah, it is for your personal reading. 8th house, yes.
Yeah, eighth house. It is called oil sthanam.
Hmm.
The eighth house rules a person's longevity, defeat, insult, sorrow, scandal, obstacle, impediment, transformation,
Hmm.
regeneration, sexuality, unearned money, occult matter, and death. Therefore, eighth house is considered to have a direct bearing upon one's longevity or span of life, as this house conveys the type of death, whether a natural death or an unnatural one, such as drowning, fire, accident, or suicide, or to chronic diseases, and whether it is a slow or sudden and violent death. All that is related to inheritance, legacies, taxes, wills, insurance, etc. The eighth house is related to is unearned wealth or share of profit or money that comes through inheritance. The eighth house is also known as the house of mystery and misery. It has to do with misfortune and mental anxiety, sorrow and distress, worries, delays, rejection, disappointment, defeat, loss, obstruction, blame, and ill reputation, etc.
So that is why in Tamil we call it as Vali Vedane Avamanam Dukkam Tuyaram. You would have all seen this. Now Chandrababu Naidu, he is Mesha Lagna born. Chandrababu Naidu is Mesha Lagna born. Now the Jupiter entered into his Badakasthanam. For Chara Lagna, Badakasthana is 11th house. So in Kumbha Rashi, Jupiter entered. In his 8th house, Sun and Ketu are in 8th house presently. That is why he went through lots of humiliation in front of everybody. He cried in front of everybody. That is Vali Vedane Avamanam Dukkam Tuyaram, what we call in Tamil for 8th house results. Yes. His Mesha Lagna born. His horoscope is available on AstroSage. You can go download and see his horoscope. So 8th house gives that kind of results. Okay. Radhika madam, 9th house and 10th house. Can you read? Okay, I have to unmute you, no? Have you unmuted yourself, Radhika madam? Try to unmute.
Yes, sir.
9th house.
Ninth house. Yeah. The ninth house rules one's teacher or preceptor.
Guru. Preceptor is Guru.
Okay. Higher education and higher knowledge. Long journeys, luck, fortune, publicity, grandchildren, worship, penance, dharma, prayer, spiritual initiation, and inclination. This is the house of faith, wisdom, and worship. The ninth house rules religious and philosophical beliefs, whether a person is religious, devoted, charitable, orthodox, or meditative. All is to be ascertained from this house. It is considered to be an auspicious house as it shows one's fortune in the present life as a result of past actions. The ninth is the house of intuition and pure reason, rules the higher education, higher knowledge, and higher thought. The degree of knowledge one may develop, whether collegiate, academic, philosophical, religious, literary, artistic, or scientific, is to be deduced from this house. The ninth house presides over research, invention, discovery, and exploration. The ninth house governs publishing and all forms of advertising, long journey, sea voyage, air travel, etc. It determines the amount of travel in far-off places or countries and the success achieved there. We can say this is the house related to broadening one's horizons.
Horizons, correct. 10th house.
Okay. The 10th house rules a person's work, commerce, trade, business, success, fame, rank, or position in outer world. The 10th house is related to all matters affecting one's name, fame, honor, and recognition. It is described as the house of honor, dignity, and public esteem. The chief influence of the 10th house is on one's profession, occupation, or business. It is rightfully called the apex of the horoscope, since it denotes a person's worldly attainments achieved through name and fame, power and prestige, credit and conduct, success and status, rank and renown, respect and reputation, and ambition and authority. One's public life and popularity, his worldly standing in terms of material success, and his connection with the people in higher position
should be judged from an examination of the strength of the 10th house.
Correct. 11th and 12th house. Pradeep sir, 11th and 12th house. Can you unmute yourself? Pradeep sir.
So it's 11th house, right?
Yes.
The 11th house, it's called the Labhasthanam or a Subhasthanam. And the 11th house rules a person's friend, social circle, profit, gain, income of all kinds, acquisition, desire, and wish fulfillment. The 11th is related to friends. It stands for all those who are allied to the native by likeliness or sympathy of interest in society, community, club, etc. It includes well-wishers and close acquaintances. It also includes one's hope, wishes, and aspiration and their realization. The 11th house governs success in any undertaking, whether it is in profession or business, higher studies or election, litigation, speculation, health, etc. It indicates varieties of income. The 11th house is commonly referred to as a Labhasthana, denoting profit or gain. It is through this house that incoming wealth is to be expected. One has to investigate the 11th house to ascertain how far one will succeed in social and financial matters, and whether at all he will succeed. His house reflects the native's attitude towards society and his interest for social activities as distinct from personal aims and ambition. It also relates to reformative and unconventional activities. It governs elder brother or sister, paternal uncle. The 11th house.
Okay. 12th house. 12th house.
Yes.
12th house rules.
12th house. 12th house is basically it's a Virayasthanam or Ayana Sayana Bhogasthanam. The 12th house.
Ayana Sayana only. Bhogasthanam is not 12th.
Virayasthanam, can you say?
Virayasthanam is correct. Sukhasthanam or Bhogasthanam is basically 4.
Okay. Okay.
Pleasure. House of pleasure is 4.
Okay. This is also Virayasthanam, right?
This is Virayasthanam, Sayanasthanam. That is sleep. About a person's sleep. Yeah.
Mokshasthanam, right?
Mokshasthanam, correct.
The 12th house rules a person's bondage, confinement, imprisonment, expenses, loss, poverty, misery, phobia, stay abroad, final emancipation.
That is moksham. Final emancipation is moksham.
Yeah, left eye and left leg. The 12th house was final emancipation from the chain of birth and deaths and is merged with the divine and the future state of his existence. The 12th house deals with loss and impediments, restraint and limitation, waste and extravagance, expenses and loss. Whether such expenses will be pleasant and expected or unpleasant and unexpected will depend upon this 12th house and the transits the planetary periods in operation. It governs all type of purchases, investment, donation, charity, and association with philanthropic institution, sorrow, sins, obstacle, and impediments in one. Misery and misfortune, poverty and persecution, intrigue and imprisonment, phobia, secret toil of mind, inferiority complex, anxiety, suspicion, silent suffering, self-undoing, secret work of the mind, secret enemies, plots and scheme, conspiracy, cunningness, envy, malice, fraud, treachery, and deception all come under the influence of the 12th house. These are the house of self-sacrifice and source unselfish deed. The house refers to the 12th sign of zodiac, the species or the mean or mina. The natural significator of the 12th house is the planet.
No, it's okay. Yeah, that is enough. That's enough. Second paragraph, you can read it for yourself later. So this is what 12 houses mean. Within 15-20 minutes, we are able to cover. You have to read this and understand more and more about these 12 houses. See why I am saying some person to read, because if I give you this as homework, many of you will tend to skip because of only one reason. Okay, it is there in the group, we'll read it later. But only when you understand what these houses mean, then you will be able to tell the results of what that person will be going through. Now I am sharing the horoscope again. how to read the results of Dasha Bhukti is what we are going to see now. Now, we know from this horoscope that this person is running Venus Dasha and Venus Bhukti. That much we understand. So we have three different terms in Sanskrit. I'll type it in the whiteboard. We have three different terms in Sanskrit. One is called as Vidhi, fate. Mati, mind. Gati. Gati is movement. Your mind will move according to your fate. That is Vidhi, Mati, Gati. Okay. So this Vidhi is basically from Lagna. Lagna oriented, from Lagna. Mati or mind is basically from moon. We'll be seeing why we are typing this very shortly, but just follow whatever I am saying. Vidhi is basically fate. You have to consider that from Lagna. Mati is basically mind. You have to consider that from moon. Gati is basically movement. You have to consider that from transit, current transit. We call it as current transit. See, in this particular screen, I'm showing the screen again. In the screen, you have a chart called as transit chart. In this transit chart, they have given the same date of my birth, but it is not showing 21st of November. But when I say current transit, you should be seeing the chart of 21st November 2021, not 21st of May 2021. That is the only difference. So this transit chart shows current planetary positions. Current planetary positions are shown here. So Vidhi is basically from Lagna. So now I am running Venus Dasha, Venus Bhukti. That much is clear for everyone. Right. I'll share the whiteboard. So this person is running Venus Dasha, Venus Bhukti. What will be the result of Venus Dasha, Venus Bhukti for this particular horoscope? This is what we are going to learn today. The takeaway for today's class is Dasha Bhukti results, how to interpret what is the period that is running for this particular person. I will tell one analogy, and then in the second half of class, we will be seeing how to interpret. This is a famous analogy I tell for all my clients and all my students. There is a person who is coming from village. He is very new to town. He is new to town or new to city for that matter. He is coming from a very old village, which he has not seen anything new. But he has a train ticket to go back to his village. So he comes to Chennai Central Station and he asks a person, I have got this ticket. How should I get to my destiny or destination? How to get to my destination? The person gets his ticket in his hand, opens his mobile, looks at the train schedule. He tells him, go and stand in platform number 11. Exactly at 4 o'clock, the train will come. Go to this compartment, S4, sit in that seat number. You will reach your destination at so and so time, tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. For this villager, this city person is God now. Because he is telling, go to this platform exactly. He is telling at this exact time the train will come. You go to this compartment S4 and sit in this seat number and you will reach your destination. He looks like God. But according to the city person, he just opened his telephone. He opened that app where he can see in which platform the train is going to come. And he saw the seat number from his ticket and he told him this compartment, this seat. Astrology is as simple as looking at this ticket and comparing with the railway schedule. The ticket is basically a person's horoscope, how the Rashi Chakra is, how the Navamsha Chakra is. which means whether we are in third AC compartment or sleeper compartment or unreserved category, or we are in second AC, first AC, that depends on our Rashi Chakra and Navamsha Chakra. Even in first AC, second AC, or in third AC, are we near toilet or somewhere near middle of the coach where we are comfortable without any smell? That again, that matters. So all these things will matter. This is your ticket. The another timetable which he took, and he said, go to this platform. This time the train will come. That schedule is called as Dashabhukti. So at this time, this platform, this train will come. That is called as Dashabhukti. So here it is very, very simple. You are giving your ticket or the planetary positions at the time of your birth to the astrologer. And he is getting the ticket and looking at you, your lifestyle, your family, your speech, your communication, your assets, your love, romance, relationships, your service, your marriage, your death, your fortune, your service profession, what profession you are in presently, your labha or gain, profits, your expenses, your friends, everything he sees, and he will tell this is what is destined for this horoscope. Then the next question will come. When will I get a job? When will I change my job? When will I get profit? When will I start to earn money? When will I get a child? When will I? All these questions are when. So this when questions has to be answered using the timetable, railways timetable, which is nothing but Dashabhukti chart. So the Dashabhukti is, you have to get this inside your mind, and you should never forget this example. Looking at Dashabhukti is like looking at a timetable. Exactly, it is a timetable bound by time. This period to this period is Dashabhukti. So it is looking at timetable. Which compartment that person is going to travel, that is his Rashi Navamsha Chakra. Whether he is going to travel comfortably, whether he will get an auto upgradation after some station. After Guntakal, you are promoted to third AC. After crossing Hyderabad, you are promoted to second AC. Whether that is going to happen for this person, whether his standard of living is going to change overnight. Hope everybody remembers Ranu Mandal. I don't remember her name. I think that is her name. Who was singing on trains. All of a sudden, a video got viral, and she is owning 2-3 houses in Mumbai today. So this is overnight Obama, what we call in Tamil. Overnight, the person becomes complete standard of living changes. And now then she started telling people, oh, don't touch me. You are untouchable. She started telling people that, and again her popularity, familiarity fell down. So this is like that. Many people will go for a very peak rise for a certain period of time, and then they will fall from there. Eventually also many people from top, they will fall, because everybody has to follow the sinusoidal. As I have told you earlier, there is no completely in afloat position or completely sinking position. It is up and down, up and down. So this when part, when am I going to get this? What is going to happen next year? Whatever related to time constraint, everything is going to be explained only through this timetable called as Dashabhukti. So train ticket is your horoscope, timetable is your Dashabhukti. Both the things are required to reach your destination safely. So with this analogy, I will end this first part of this class. The second part of the class will start shortly. I'll send you messages. Thank you.